Hi, this is Babar Abbas and we are going to calculate the power requirement for a coagulation chamber, the impeller which has been installed in the coagulation chamber to mix, I would say that the rapid mixing, for the rapid mixing of the coagulant dosage in the raw water for flocculation onwards, there is a requirement of power calculation. We would be designing the impeller as well as calculating the power requirement of that impeller inside the coagulation chamber so that we can optimize our values regarding the operational cost of that portion of our water treatment plant. Here we can see a figure as well. This figure shows the impeller which has been dipped inside a coagulation chamber. If I would like to elaborate the dimensions of this coagulation chamber. We have this coagulation chamber which is almost 10 meters, having 10 meters of width. So its diameter is 10 meters, and we have installed a 6-blade impeller inside the coagulation chamber for rapid mixing of coagulant or the alum or whichever is being used, whichever chemical is being used for the coagulation. This impeller is having this shaft, and on this shaft there are 6 impellers blades, and these blades are having 3 meters diameter, and the mixing height of this impeller would be around 9 meters. So the depth of the water is 9 meters inside the coagulation chamber. The impeller would be dipped inside the coagulation chamber for almost 6 to 8 meters, you can say that, as we have to leave some space from the bottom as well. So we have 3 meters of diameter, 3 meter diameter of impeller. We have 9 meters of this water height, and then we have 10 meters of this tank's diameter. This is the water level inside the coagulation chamber. Now moving on to the data which has been provided over here for this example. We have a diameter of 3 meters, we have a coagulation tank with 10 meters dia, we have the mixing height of water of 9 meters. All these 3 parameters have been given over here one by one. Then we have another parameter which is given over here, that is the RPM of this impeller. So it's 15 RPM, and we would be like moving this impeller at this speed. So if we want to calculate the power, we have to calculate two things: the power requirement for this impeller and the power imparted per 1000 cubic meter of volume. So first of all, we have to calculate the power. For that we can use the Reynolds number, and this Reynolds number is actually we have to calculate the power, and there is a graph which is given in terms of Reynolds number, and as well as there is a power function of water coagulation chamber. So we can calculate the Reynolds number first, then we can use this Reynolds number to look at the power functions value at the graph which is given in this curve. I would be sharing this curve with you as well. So if we put these values into this formula, we have 15 RPM. If we convert it to RPS, 15 RPS, then we have density of water as 1000. Then we have diameter as 3 meters, impeller's diameter. We have to calculate the power of this impeller. So we will be putting the diameter of this impeller. Then we have the value of mu as 1.139. So it's Newton seconds per square meter. So the Reynolds number comes out to be 1974. So it's less than 10,000. It's not turbulent flow, it's showing the laminar flow. And when we look at the curve, the power function against the Reynolds number, we have to find a constant value of power function, which comes out to be around, and this power function is shown over here. The value of this power function comes out to be 4.6. This is the value of power function, and it can be seen from the graph, which is between the Reynolds number and the power function. Reynolds number have been calculated, and we can drop the Reynolds numbers curve on the trend which is given in that graph, and then looking at the bottom we can find out the power function. So if we put now the new values can be put into this formula 4.6, which is from the graph. Then we have the value of our water density as 1000. Once again we have the value of our RPS as 0.25. Similarly, we have the diameter of 3 meters. Raised to the power 5, and if we calculate these values, the power comes out to be 17,450 watts. Also can be calculated as 17.45 kilowatts. This is the value of power which is required by this impeller for mixing the water, raw water with the chemical, or homogenizing that into that. Then we have to calculate the power per volume. For power per volume we have to calculate the volume first, then we can move on to the power per volume. So for volume we can easily calculate the volume of this entire tank. We also know that the volume is equal to pi by 4 d into h. Alright, we can put the values over here. Diameter is around 10 meters square. Then comes the h is 9 meters, and volume comes out to be 706.5 meter cube. And in terms of 1000, it would be around 7.706.5. So 65. This is the value of volume in terms of 1000, and we can if we can calculate it later on as well if we stick onto the original value of 706.5. And now we have to calculate the power, which has already been calculated as 17.45 kilowatt per thousand. Power per 1000 meters हमारे पास जो the value which has been which is required in this formula. We can easily calculate the value over here, that we have power per 1000 cubic meter as 17.45 kilowatt, divide this value by 1000 per 1000 cubic meter, and it would be around 0.71, and the power required for this would be around 24.5 kilowatt per 1000 cubic meter. So this is the power requirement for the per 1000 cubic meter. If we have a chamber of 1000 cubic meter, the power requirement for that 1000 cubic meter would be around 24.5 kilowatt. So this was the example to calculate the power of the impeller inside the chamber, and we have calculated that by using two formulas. If we briefly can sum up the numerical, we have the height of mixing height of the water, we have the diameter of the tank, we have the diameter of the impeller. We have to we have to operate this diameter at 15 RPM, which can be converted to seconds as well. Alright, then we have to calculate the power. The power can be calculated by the Reynolds number. Reynolds number is calculated by its basic formula. Then we plot the Reynolds number at the graph, which is against the power function. From that we can calculate the power function, which comes out to be 4.6. Then using another formula of power, we can calculate the actual power, which is incorporating each and every aspect of the requirement of the calculations, and this power comes out to be 17,450 watts, which can also be called as 17.45 kilowatts. Then comes the second question, which is the power requirement of the impeller per 1000 cubic meter. We have to calculate the volume first. We have calculated the volume, and then we have divided that volume by 1000 value, because it was the requirement of the question. Then we put the put the value of power which was calculated over there, and it has been divided by the total value of this question, and then the total power has increased to the 24.5 kilowatt per 1000 cubic meters, as compared to the 17.45 kilowatt for 706 cubic meters per chamber. So it was all about the calculation of the power for that impeller, and until we would be meeting in the next session, inshallah. Until that, we must say goodbye, and I hope you have understood the question, and if there are any issues, you can contact me.